Hi guys, welcome to my tutorial on how to make a leotard with sleeves. Things you'll need: a pair of scissors, a sharpie, a pencil, paper and a ruler, anything you can measure with. In this case I'm using a pattern master. You'll also need a leotard that fits you really well, as well as the fabric that you're going to use to make the leotard. You're going to start off by folding a big sheet of paper, then folding your leotard in half and placing it by the edge of the paper, making sure it's really neat so you can trace it. Currently I'm tracing the front. I'm using pencil instead of a pen so I don't stain my leotard, or even if it does, it's easy to come off. Making sure to tuck in all the bits so I can get the proper shape. Now the armhole can be a bit tricky, but what I do is I sort of feel under it and quickly sketch. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's stretch fabric and it's so forgiving. That's why I absolutely love working with stretch fabric. Now I'm simply just tidying up the pattern by going around it with my pencil just to make sure it's clear before I cut it out. I'm also going to go around it with a sharpie, simply just so you can see it a bit more clear on this video. Now I'm going to work on the back. I'm going to fold the paper over and I'm going to place the back of the leotard at the edge just as I did with the front, and then I'm going to do exactly the same thing, just go around it with a pencil once again so I don't stain the leotard. The front and back are quite similar. The only difference is the shape of the armhole, the neckline and the back bit. The back obviously has a bit more of a curve so it sort of can fit your bum. Once you've traced the back, it should look something like this. Once I finish marking up my pattern, I also make sure to write whether it's the back or the front so I don't get confused. And then as you can see, this is the whole pattern piece. There's a front and a back bit, and it's useful having it like this because then you don't have so much paper. Now I'm working on the sleeve. Same sort of thing, just placing my finger and kind of feeling where the seam is and then sketching it. Pretty simple. Now I'm going to cut my pattern piece. As you can see, I'm only using one side of the pattern and my fabric is folded. Making sure to pin it all the way around because cutting stretch fabric can be a little bit tricky because it moves a lot. I actually use a cutter for it. It's sort of like, it's kind of like a pizza cutter, but it's for fabric. And it's a much neater finish, but for that you need a really big cutting mat, and I didn't have mine today. So this is what the front bit should look like when you cut it out. Now moving on to the back bit, it's exactly the same thing, making sure to fold your fabric in half. The right side should be on the inside. You know, this fabric, to be honest, it looks the same on both sides. So there you go. Once again, cutting it out, making sure to pin everything nicely. And to be honest, it doesn't have to even be that neat because, like I said before, stretch fabric is amazing because you can just hide everything on it. So there you go, this is what the back should look like. Now with that extra bit of fabric, I'm gonna cut out the sleeve. Exactly the same thing, making sure there's two pieces of fabric together. And for the sleeve, I'm actually going to use the cutter just to show you how super easy and quick and amazing it is. It just gives you such a nice clean cut. Now I'm going to cut out some rulers using the rotary cutter because it's super fast and easy. The rulers are going to be used to bind the raw edges of the leotard, so the sleeves, the bottom bit and the neck bit. I'm going to show you how to do it. Now to sew the bodysuit together, you need to place both of the pieces together on top of each other. Sew the top bits up. Now I'm going to place the sleeve in. So as you can see, the middle bit, the pointy bit, goes with the middle bit there. I'm terrible at explaining things. So I pin it down, and then it should sort of fit there. You sort of see when you do it. So as I turn it around, as you can see, it fits perfectly. Okay, so I've sewn it back. I'm going to turn it around and sew the side bits. As you can see, it's taking place. Sewing a stretch sleeve is actually much more easier than sewing a fabric sleeve in. So now I'm going to sew all the way down. Okay, moving on to the binding. I'm going to fold the strips in half. And then place the binding on the edge, making sure the raw edges are inside. And then I'm literally just going to sew down it. And it should give you a really nice clean finish. Now I'm going to work on the neckline. So I'm going to measure with my bias, making sure I've got enough. Then I'm going to sew it together so it's in a circle, and then just bias it or sew around it, just exactly like I did with the bottom bit. And then I'm going to do the sleeves exactly the same way. So once sewn, it should look like this. Thanks for watching, guys.